Hello, welcome to Levant TV Headlines. A suicide bomber has killed 2 Saudi guards on the border with Iraq, where Islamic State jihadists have seized a swathe of territory. A Turkish soldier has gone missing during an anti-smuggling operation on the border with Syria. Amid press reports, he may have been kidnapped. The United Nations has postponed peace talks between Libya's warring factions, which had been scheduled for today, without announcing a new date. The Air Force of Libya's internationally recognized government says it carried out a deadly weekend airstrike on an oil tanker in the Islamist-held eastern port of Derna. And Israel has decided to freeze a monthly transfer of tax revenue to the Palestinians following Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas' bid to join the International Criminal Court. And now let's take a look at top headlines in today's newspapers in the MidEast. Starting from Beirut, the Daily Star leads reporting that Interior Minister Nuhad al-Mashnou has defended the new regulations requiring Syrians traveling to Lebanon to obtain visas, saying they will reduce the number of Syrians in the country. The paper also reports that a bomb wounded 6 Shiite militiamen in the Yemeni capital Sana'a in the latest spate of attacks on the Houthi fighters who overran Sana'a in September. From the UAE, the Khaleej Times leads reporting that Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum has affirmed that interaction and response of the UAE people to his, quote, "Thank you, our armed forces," unquote, initiative underscored the true spirit, great love and the close good ties between the UAE people and their armed forces. The paper also reports that a top official from the Ministry of Health has dismissed claims that the UAE is closing the door on chronically ill patients. The Egypt Independent reports that 4 Egyptian policemen have been wounded by a bomb in the volatile Sinai Peninsula. The paper also reports that Transportation Ministry Hani Dahi has instructed the Board of Egyptian Railways Authority in a meeting on Sunday to prepare bid requirements to purchase 6 new trains. Now let's have a look at top Middle East headlines from papers here in London. The Guardian leads Middle East News reporting that Iranian President Hassan Rouhani said the ongoing nuclear negotiations with world powers are a matter of, quote, heart, not just centrifuges, ahead of talks next week in Geneva. Speaking to an economic conference in Tehran, Rouhani both countered hardline critics worried Iran will give up too much while also attempting to signal its administration remains open to negotiation with the 6-nation group leading the talks. The Telegraph leads Middle East News reporting that hundreds of air travelers landed in San Francisco safe but irritated after a 28-hour overseas flight they say included 12 hours on the tarmac in the Middle East without food or accurate flight information. Tempers grew short on Etihad Airways Flight 183 when fog in the city of Abu Dhabi delayed takeoff for a half day, with passengers saying the flight crew told them the Abu Dhabi airport was too crowded with other stranded flights to allow them to get off the plane to wait. The Independent reports that Syrians are increasingly being targeted in Lebanon and forced to flee as patience with the refugee population runs out. The country hosts 1.5 million registered Syrian refugees, an increase of at least 25% since 2011, and they compete for limited resources and undercut Lebanese wages. Now let's have a look at top Mideast headlines in international papers. From China, the Global Times leads Middle East News reporting that Israel has allocated 70 million shekels to evacuate a border police post in order to build 300 more housing units in the West Bank. Settlement of Beit el-Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Moshe Yaalon decided to funnel the funds as compensation for settlers in Beit El after several structures were dismantled in the settlement following a Supreme Court order in 2012. And finally, from Germany, the Deutsche Welle reports that Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas has said that he was discussing plans with Jordan to resubmit the bid for statehood through the United Nations Security Council. His comments came as Israeli leaders threatened to take further action against the Palestinians over their decision to sign up to the jurisdiction of the International Criminal Court. Israel has already frozen tax funds that it collects for Palestinians. And for more updates, please visit us on levant.tv. Thanks for watching. Be sure to join us again tomorrow, and bye for now.